Anbar Province, Iraq, November 9th, 2004. Bullets spring off 5-ton trucks as a force of Iraqi soldiers are pinned down by insurgent fire. As chaos reigns, U.S. Army Command Sergeant Major Stephen Falkenberg steps from his armored Humvee. Beloved among his American comrades, Falkenberg has earned fast respect as liaison with the Iraqi troops. Ordering suppressing fire, Falkenberg rallies the men to his side. The only way out is to press forward as muzzle flashes erupt in all directions. Amid the battle, a bullet strikes Sergeant Major Falkenberg just below the rim of his Kevlar helmet. He is the first American KIA in Operation Phantom Fury, better known as the Second Battle of Fallujah. In the previous months, Fallujah has descended into a post-apocalyptic wasteland. Knowing U.S. troops would come, insurgents spent months fortifying the city, raiding captured Iraqi army supplies and booby-trapping houses. To take Fallujah would require intense urban combat not seen since Vietnam. November 10th, soldiers from the Army's 2nd Battalion, 2nd Infantry Regiment are ordered to clear a block of homes. Among the soldiers is squad leader in Alpha Company, Staff Sergeant David Bellavia. A native of Buffalo, New York, Bellavia had grown up idolizing his grandfather, a decorated veteran of Normandy in World War II. Now he saw Fallujah as his Normandy, his opportunity to show himself worthy of those who had come before. Reaching the 10th house in the block, Bellavia's men prepare to kick open the door only to find it unlocked. Entering the old-fashioned way, the stack of soldiers rushes through the foyer and into the living room. All is routine. Opening a door on the far side of the room, enemy tracers suddenly flash through the dark. Pinned down, one of the soldiers is hit, then another. Bellavia fumes as insurgents laugh and mock his injured friends. Knowing he has to take action, he searches his mind for a prayer. Instead, it's a line from a movie the men had watched in the barracks a few nights prior. The Exorcist. The power of Christ compels you. It would have to do. At that, he grabs a comrade's M249 machine gun and rushes in, fully exposed as he covers the room in fire, allowing his men to escape before backing out himself. Determined to see the house cleared, Bellavia places 3 soldiers in the courtyard to cover him, then re-enters the house alone. Noticing an insurgent loading a rocket-propelled grenade that could decimate his squad, Bellavia quickly shoots him. He then engages a second insurgent, then a third, firing from the floor above. Entering a first-floor bedroom, a 4th insurgent bursts from a closet, wildly firing his weapon before tripping over the bed. Bellavia wounds him before the insurgent runs upstairs. The Army Staff Sergeant follows bloody footprints to the 2nd floor. Not knowing how many insurgents remain, he can't help but feel that he won't make it out alive. Reaching the bedroom upstairs, he smells propane. The room is filled with gas tanks and plastic explosives. One false shot and the house would explode. Bellavia lunges at the wounded insurgent. It's raw, hand-to-hand combat. The insurgent breaks Bellavia's tooth and then bites his hand. Bellavia pins him. In Arabic, tells him to surrender. The insurgent refuses, fighting on until finally subdued by the knife from Bellavia's cargo pocket. Exhausted, Bellavia sits down, takes off his helmet, and lights a cigarette. Suddenly, a 5th insurgent leaps from the roof, landing only a few feet from Bellavia. His knees buckling from the drop gives Bellavia enough time to grab his M16 and wound the insurgent. He had single-handedly cleared the house and saved the lives of his men. The battle over, a dazed Bellavia is led to a nearby ditch by his best friend, Staff Sergeant Colin Fitz, where they will wait out a round of airstrikes nearby. "You're all right," Fitz tells him. "You did good." November 10th, 2004, marked David Bellavia's 29th birthday. 2 years later, now out of the Army, David Bellavia returned to Iraq as a reporter tasked with covering the war. Searching for closure, he made a side trip to Fallujah alone. Second Fallujah had proven to be the bloodiest battle of the war, the most costly for American troops since Vietnam. With carnations he had carried in his backpack from JFK Airport, he left personal memorials at the sites where his brothers had fallen, not knowing whether the locals knew or cared about their sacred meeting. As he left his final flower and walked away, he noticed an old woman watching. She walked to his simple memorial, knelt, and touched her heart before whispering a prayer. Their eyes met before she rose and walked away. In 2016, at the order of President Obama, the Pentagon commissioned the review of 1,100 acts of valor for possible upgrade to the Medal of Honor. From that list, one living veteran of Iraq was chosen, David Bellavia. More than 1 million Americans served in the war. As of 2020, David Bellavia is their only living recipient of the military's highest honor. No longer simply a hero, he is now a symbol for an entire generation.
Ladies and gentlemen, Medal of Honor recipient Staff Sergeant David Bellavia. We asked Staff Sergeant Bellavia to describe the lessons he learned in combat.
The only sin that you could commit in combat is the failure to make a decision. You make the wrong decision, I could fix that. You make the right one, we'll keep doing it. But failure to make a decision is what gets people killed every single time. Rank becomes ceremonial when you get shot at. You're either a leader or you're not a leader. And Falkenberg taught us that, and when he lost his life, we fought like devils because we really cared about him.
We also asked David his perspective on being the first living veteran of the Iraq War to receive the Medal of Honor.
It was very awkward. It's still awkward even being one of two, and there should be at least 30 of them. You put a flag on our shoulder, and it's one family, it's one team, we do our job, we don't complain. Everyone's in. It's the most beautiful sacrifice I've ever seen, and we're all changed because of combat, but it doesn't mean that we're negatively changed. You can be positively changed from a horrible experience, and my experience is that I'm better for it. I want to be better for it.